And then slowly I started making choices, but they suddenly started going wrong. My decisions were wrong, so things went wrong. I went into this down phase, started pitying myself, gave up on myself, had no faith in myself. Then once I emerged from there, I started believing that only way you can move forward if you have faith in yourself. If you lose faith in yourself, then you cannot achieve anything. Then you can't be positive. Then you can't be persistent because you don't believe yourself. You don't believe in yourself, and that's what happened to me. I knew that if I have to stand on my 2 feet, I have to do it on my own. No one can hold my hand and make me walk. And they know me inside out. They know exactly how I feel, and they know that Bobby is trying to do different as an actor. He's trying to do things which will make people notice him, and they're so happy because the result which has come. My first movie on OTT platform, people have given me so much appreciation. My fans, I mean, the love they have for my family and for me is so tremendous. And when with that, they are happy, they will love you unconditionally. But when they appreciate your work, it even makes it, it's just an amazing moment.
Hi, Bobby. Welcome to Hindustan Times. And we are all waiting for your series, Ashram. So tell me what made you pick up Ashram because given your filmography, it's an unusual choice.
That's the reason why I picked it, because it's such an unusual choice, and also because now I am consciously and deliberately making the effort to look for characters which are away from my image. I'm looking for subjects which are character driven. So that has been something I've missed out in my career for many years, and I've now decided that I need to do something like that. So I guess I was just happy the day I got a call from Prakashji's office uh, that he wanted to meet me. Casting agent Shruti, she is someone I've known since years, called me up and said, I finally got you something which is very interesting. I know you would love it. I said, what is it? She said, it's Prakash Ji who's producing and directing it. It's for MX Player, and it's called Ashram. So I said, okay, I've seen Prakash Ji's movies, and I know Ashram sounds like a film he would be making or something like that, because he's always made subjects which are, with social influence of what is happening in our surroundings. But I didn't know what the film, what it was all about. So I went, I met him. I was so excited, sitting in front of him. 25 years, I waited for a moment. I mean, a chance to work with him, because I remember meeting him when I was dubbing for Gupt, and I met him at the dubbing studio at BR. That was my first meeting with him, and he looked at me and he says, "Good-looking boy," something like that. I think on those lines he said something, and we'll work together one day, I hope. I said, "Yes, sir. I would love to work with you." And it never happened. But then finally, when I got this call, I was so excited that when I went to meet him, I was just sitting there, and he comes up, and obviously nervous, because when you look up to someone as he is, I was like nervous a little bit as to what it is, and he started narrating the idea, and he told me, "This is the character I want you to play." I was like, for a few seconds, am I hearing the right thing? I said, okay. I mean, I was so excited because this is what I was trying to do: play different kinds of character, different shades. And here is this great filmmaker in front of me, who's a national award winner, who's offering me that opportunity, who's who just the thought that he thought about me for this role gave me so much confidence that he has so much faith in me, and that's why he's asked me to do it. That made it even more, made me want to work even harder. So that was the first meeting, and today is I'm sitting with you and talking about it. But it has been an amazing experience working with Prakash Ji and with the whole star cast, because all of them are amazing actors, all young. Some are already there in the industry, some are starting off new, and it is so much fun working with this new talent that by the end of it, we were like one big family, and it was just a very memorable time spent working on this.
Actually, both class of 83 and now with Ashram, you are working with young talent.
Yeah.
So, what has been the learning? What have you unlearned, because it's a different medium and absolutely new faces, so many of them.
See, I've just learned, I mean, in the sense that when you see, it's changed a lot from the time I started my career. It was a different process of preparing as an actor to what it is now. At that point, there was lesser, not so much competition in our industry, so there were not so many people around. But with time, the population increasing, and there's nothing like show business. Everybody wants to get into it in whichever format, So obviously, there was this whole trend kept increasing about people getting into this industry, and their way of looking and approaching work is so different from ours or from my time people, and it's just exciting to see how they prepare. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, they feel they get inspired by us. I think we get inspired by this young talent, and just the way they're so prepared, they work so hard from the word go. When they arrive on the set, they're into the characters, and that's what pushed me to work even harder and be there prepared as much as I can and perform as an actor. So that's what I've seen and learned in all these years.
Also, a gray character, a character with darker shades, is something you have largely stayed away in your career, which you will be doing in a
I've
way with.
I've never largely stayed away from it. It's just that I never was offered these roles. Even if I was, it was always in between gray and white, not just gray and black. So I've done those kind of roles, but never. No one. Every time people saw me, they never thought they would want to see me playing a character like that.
But I guess that's the fun of it, right?
That is the fun of it. That is the best part of being an actor, to get a role which is so different from your image, because that's what we all actors keep fighting for in our careers. We get stuck with images, and it's so difficult to break that image. So.
So tell me the process of turning into Baba Nirala. I'm sure there would be so many things you had to do differently. The
See,
diction, the body language.
See, what happens is, I think diction was the most important thing for me when I started preparing, because I speak in very शुद्ध Hindi in this, and बचपन से आदत, मतलब अखबार पढ़ो तो हिंदी का तो समझ में नहीं आता था भाषा, क्योंकि उनके शब्द मतलब सिंपल लैंग्वेज होती नहीं थी, वो बड़े भारी भरकम शब्द यूज करते थे. So even when I had my dialogues, I saw that in every sentence, I couldn't understand two, three or four words. So how would I understand what I'm saying? So I sat with Sunita ji. She's a wonderful lady. She has worked with Prakash ji earlier. So he put her on to seeing to that, and I did workshops with her on that. I sat for like three hours every day for 1.5 months almost. And I prepared myself. I got the grasp of the language, because my character is of a con man. So con men are very good with words, and that's what was very important. Then eventually, when you get into the character, your body language changes according to the character, because the way you're emoting, your body takes that kind of feel. So it just comes across like that. So that's how I prepared for this.
uh, with Ashram, this is something I spoke with Prakash ji also. The disclaimer came even before the trailer. Are there any concerns going forward? Then that any real life parallels will be drawn, or how people will react.
See, we never know how people are going to react, because every movie that comes out is always some kind of controversies. And sometimes you wonder why those arise. Definitely, this is that kind of a subject matter which people are already talking about. That's the reason why Prakash ji put that disclaimer. Because he knows if you've seen his career, he's made movies which create awareness about social topics which people don't give that thought to and create awareness about those thoughts. So I guess that's how even Ashram is. It's a fiction. It is not based on any real life character. It is based on the way the society is, the kind of people around us. It's full of con men and criminals. I mean, it doesn't have to be in the spiritual world. It is even in our professional lives, even in our day-to-day life. We meet people, we take them by the face value, and we don't even know if they're a con man or an honest man. So it shows that characterization of people. That is my character, who happens to be a guy who's a criminal, who's just used the gift of gab and the greed and the selfishness and the ruthlessness he has in him to achieve whatever he wants. So that's the character that I play, because I believe that every human has good and bad in them. And the only way you're a better person is if you can suppress the bad in you. And that's normal because human beings are selfish, are greedy, are ruthless, are egoistic. So all these emotions, all these feelings are existing in us. And it's just how people don't know how to control it. So that's what I used as a character when I was performing, because I cannot relate with this character at all, because it's nothing I am, it's absolutely not me. But as actors, you get this opportunity to play all these characters, live all these characters on screen. So I think that was the best part about playing this character. It was something I would never be in my life, but here I am portraying it. So that's how I worked on my thought process of the character.
Your class of 83 released last week and introduced you to a new audience base in a new avatar. So,
Yes.
what do you think, career wise, this show has achieved for you?
See, every actor wants to move forward, and every actor every day is a struggle in life to get the kind of roles they really want to do. As an actor, every actor wants to do different genres of films, so that makes different characters come towards you. But that doesn't happen easily, it is very difficult. And I think OTT platform, in many ways, has given an opportunity to the creative side of filmmaking, be it the director, the actor, the writer, the technical department, everybody, to be adventurous, to try doing things which they couldn't do otherwise. So I think it's the best thing that's happened to all of us, And I just hope that on 28th, and I've never done a web series before in my life, so, but it never felt on set that I was shooting for a web series. It felt like I was shooting for this big budget film, because Prakash Ji's way of making films is, it's just the way he has this whole vision. So every day, I mean, the sets that he put up, they were actual locations which he converted into the ashram set, and got it painted. He showed me before, after pictures. Then all the plants around the ashram. I said, I love plants and I love trees and I love nature. So I was really excited looking at it. And he was showing it to me, and he said, even he has a passion for all this, and he wanted to create the ambience. So he got these plants and trees planted like 6 months before we started shooting, so they grow out, look natural. And it was just a beautiful experience. And working with this amazing star cast, you know, it has got so many actors, and each and every one of them has done a great job. And it is like, be it Chandan, Tushar, Darshan, Tanmay, Sachin, uh, Vikram Kochar, Aditi, Tridha. I mean, there's so many of them. Anurita, Anupriya, everybody. It's like, it was just fun. We became like one big happy family. Evenings we used to sit together, have dinner and Prakashji would be there. He would keep getting these sweets which were from Bihar, like khaja and गुड़ का था कुछ. हमारे पंजाब में तो उसको गच्चक बोलते हैं, पर वहाँ कुछ और बोलते हैं. So it was just fun, it was just always going to be some cherished moments and memories in my life which I spent working on it.
You have often spoken about your bad phase and how you have emerged stronger, from it. So, what have been your learnings from that time, and how is the family reacting to Bobby Deol 2.0 on screen?
Well, you only learn from your mistakes. And if you can't learn from your mistakes, then you can't move forward. And I think in my career, I've spoken so many times, people have asked me this question. I've always said that, yes, I had a great career. I started off, I had so many big hits. I did so many movies. I was always picky even when I started my career. But at that point, whatever subjects or projects I got onto, I mean, they were perfect, they were good. And then slowly I started making choices, but they suddenly started going wrong. My decisions were wrong, so things went wrong. I went into this down phase, started pitying myself, gave up on myself, had no faith in myself. Then once I emerged from there, I started believing that only way you can move forward is have faith in yourself. If you lose faith in yourself, then you cannot achieve anything. Then you can't be positive, then you can't be persistent, because you don't believe yourself. You don't believe in yourself. And that's what happened to me. I knew that if I have to stand on my 2 feet, I have to do it on my own. No one can hold my hand and make me walk. You know, I'm a grown-up man. It's my career. No one can help me with that. So that's the time when I decided. And from then on, everything has been very nice. I mean, I think every day is a better day in my career, and uh, and my family has seen all this, and they know me inside out. They know exactly how I feel, and they know that Bobby is trying to do different as an actor. He's trying to do things which will make people notice him, and they're so happy because the result which has come, my first movie on OTT platform, people have given me so much appreciation. My fans are, I mean, the love they have for my family and for me is so tremendous. And when with that, they are happy, they will love you unconditionally. But when they appreciate your work, it even makes it, you know, it's just an amazing moment for me. And so I'm really excited. My family, I mean, everybody, Papa, Mummy, Bhaiya, my my nephews, my wife, my sons, my sisters, everyone's very happy for me right now.
Thank you so much for your time, Bobby, and best wishes for Ashram.
Thank you, Jyoti. You take care. All the best to you too.